pull it up that way.
Got you.
Yo.
Yo. Come on in, man. Come on in. Let's talk right quick. Man. Y'all done heard the news. I ain't got to tell y'all. So just come on in. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some football. Y'all know how we do it, man. Y'all know how we do it. Come on in.
It's that time again.
We got a guest tonight, but he really not a guest. He family. I ain't got to introduce him because y'all know who he is. Y'all know who he is. Ryan from the Birdcage LLC, man. Look, he family, like I said, man. So y'all come on in, and while y'all doing it, man, we got to give him a hand before we get started.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate you guys having me here. But I got to take it back for you, Smitty. Back when you was a young cat, when you had the waves and you was at Doug High, you know what I'm saying?
Man, look, that's you, boy. That was a long time ago. That's damn near 30 years, man. But go ahead.
Hey, man, we gotta fire it up, man. Shout out to the A-Town players, baby. Yes, sir. Fired up, baby.
They don't know nothing about that, man.
Hey, man, I had to take it back, baby. That's old school ATL right there.
Man, I know. Trust me, I know. I
Oh,
remember
dang.
MBK. I remember MBK.
Hey,
That's
man.
how old I am.
Hey, man, shout out to Bonan on boys, man.
Hey, but like I said, man, introduce yourself, and then Chris, you know what to do. But go ahead, Ryan.
Man, it's your boy, the historian Ryan Walker from the Birdcage LLC. You know how we get down, man. You either get right or you get left. But definitely y'all getting right because y'all up in here with us tonight while we talk about this wide receiver situation. But before we get to it, y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. It's free 99, man. You definitely are in the building with us tonight. At least just tip at the door. We got to get some chicken going tonight for Smitty. Chicken for
There you have it, man. There you have it, man. Yeah, we got another one for y'all, man. Time to talk about the wide receiver room, because right now the wide receiver room is looking pretty poor. Not poor, poor. And yeah, poor. And everything, because Drake London right now is the only established receiver that is in the Falcons wide receiver room. And of course the highest paid right now as well. You know what I'm saying? But he's still in his rookie contract. So that lets you know what the talent and what the pay is behind Drake London right now. So now the wide receiver department needs to be addressed. So we're here to talk about, we got a few options, man. We got a few options. We each got a pro option and we each got a draft option that we're going to hit y'all in the mouth with, hypothetically, of course. But hey, man, I'm just ready to get into it. It feels good to be back in the saddle, man, too.
Facts. But y'all know how we do it, man. We got to give a shout out to the chat before we get started. My boy Silk always the first one in here, man. He said, man, get some. RB, what's up, my guy? He said they should overpay him. He was never number 2 at a slot. And most $39 million for a slot is crazy. But this team is always overpaid for mediocrity. I mean, he got a good point there.
Hey, man.
Well, Tim, what's up, man?
I know how you feel with that. I rock with it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so he on the job, checking platform, rolling on the highway on 18 wheels. Hey, Tim, be safe out there, my guy.
Yeah, be safe now.
You getting that money.
We just got that crazy rain that just came through here. I know that. Lightning storm.
Hey, I just got one request. Make sure Amazon is late with my damn packages no more. Oh. That's the only request I got.
That's it.
Dirty Bird Mike, Dirty Bird Mills. I'm sorry, 6'7" is what I call him, man. What's up, fam?
Sure.
Hewitt, what's up, man? Dirty Bird gang, fam. Oh, Floyd is an OG, man. Floyd is one of the OGs that follow me, man. He said receivers at a premium, and this is the perfect time to retool it. Patrick Daniel, what's up, my guy?
What's happening, Pat?
My boy Ron Thomas in the house. That boy Ryan says it's free 99. That's one of my favorite sayings.
99.
It's free 99.
He still said he got that yeet dance. He said that's a legacy.
That's the legacy, baby.
Hey man, tell Silk. Hey, still, you talking about that legacy? Then let's go.
They know nothing about that, boy.
Hey, Smitty, I had to take
what's
back,
up, my guy? Yeah, that means
I had to take back, dog.
That's another name.
Hey, boy, I don't want my wife to hear that. She might bust a move.
Oh,
she might bust a move out of here. I said Juwan Jennings.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Juwan
Jennings. Hey, it is what it is. But go ahead. You good?
That's a name I like to forget. As a Bulldog fan, he broke my damn heart in Georgia the year before.
That Hail Mary.
Yeah. That stinking Hail Mary by Josh Dobbs. He was the one who caught it.
Sure,
Josh Dobbs should come to the deal. He done had some good success against Georgia team. God damn, he played good in Georgia.
I can't look. You know what? He did it. He did it with Minnesota. He did it 3 days off the plane, if you remember.
Oh yeah, no playbook, no nothing.
Rolled out the bed.
He freestyled like Wayne that whole game, bro.
Man.
That still hurt my feelings, boy. I ain't even gonna talk about it, boy.
Yeah, let's try not to open up those.
What you talking about?
Let's try not to open those.
Nah, we ain't gonna open them door, man. We gonna need a thing locked with a damn padlock with a damn code on the top, like the old locker rooms in high school. But
it is.
Y'all, the reason why we came up with this show right quick, man, pop-up show. Darnell Mooney had to go. The Falcons got to save money, and they retooling to make a big move, man. I just see it. Don't know what it's gonna be, but we're gonna find out in the coming days because the tampering period starts on Monday at noon. And trust me and A1 and Ryan, we're gonna have y'all tuned in, man. And probably other Falcon content creators, man, because we always into this content thing, keeping y'all up to date. But Ian Rappaport put it up yesterday. He said the Falcon will cut Darnell Mooney and set to count 18.4 against the cap. And y'all see how the drop off was last year was real. Just 28 years old still, so he still got time in the league. 13 yards to catch, which is pretty good. But as we keep telling y'all, man, me and A1 was sitting right there when the injury happened in training camp. We was sitting front row.
I'm talking about catbird seat for real.
Man, we can tell you exactly what he did. Came down on that shoulder the wrong way. He tried to run back towards the huddle, made a quick left to the detour. And I tell you, Mike Johnson was standing right there when he ran past him to the doctor. So they said he was coming back at a certain time, never returned on time, and it just threw his season in the tailspin. And it's unfortunate because the previous season, 8 yards from 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 64 catches, and man, he was on his thing. But look, man, what y'all think about Darnell Mooney and how this affect the Falcons? To me personally, before y'all start, I just think this is, to me, maybe a godsend because you can completely rebuild that position. And this is one of those things that I think is going to happen. If they don't trade Kyle Pitts and if they decide to keep him, Drake London, writing could be on the wall for him too. Because if you bring in a free agent that's a solid number 2, and you bring in a rookie in the second or the third round that can battle for time in the next 2 seasons, look, man, Drake could be coming down to the tail end of his career now. Because think about it. Would you want to keep building this team the right way around your best player, Bijan Robinson, spend that $35 million on 2-3 more positions for depth, for pieces, for possibly another star player at another position? These are the questions you got to ask. And I'm always talking about it because I'm just starting to see the whole picture slowly but surely. But what did y'all think on Darnell Mooney and how this impact the wide receiver?
Well, man, like I just said, Darnell Mooney, the departure of him, it really just opens up a whole nother it opens up the door of opportunity, honestly, for the Falcons to pivot into a new direction. Again, hey, you wanted to get more from him, but that second season was not working out. And of course, he did have that production from the first season, and that we was looking forward to another, close to 1,000 yards or beyond. But right now, the Atlanta Falcons, they don't have anybody in the wide receiver room outside of Drake London. And the Falcons right now, as far as money just tied up into the position, they're ranked 30th right now, only ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs and their Las Vegas Raiders right now, as far as the wide receiver room. Because and I can call out the names to you. You got Drake London, you got Dalvin Tompkins, Casey Washington, Chris Blair, Dylan Drummond. That's your wide receiver room. So
wow.
The departure of Darnell Mooney is huge, but that also lets you know the Falcons have to pivot into a new direction. I know you're talking about possibly Drake London's the writing could be on the wall for him. Yeah, the writing could be on the wall for that check that could be about to head his way, because again, you're hearing the names that I just said. No one of relevance outside of Drake London. So you're going to have to get some names in here regardless, or at least some talent in here. I can't even just necessarily just say names. But Ryan, what you got?
For me, I can honestly sit back and say Darnell Mooney, after the first year, we really thought we had something. But I hate to say it, when you look at his history of injuries and everything that he went through, it was inevitable at that point, because he's pretty much like this. When he's healthy, he's hell. When he's hurt, he's hampered. And when we say hampered, we mean it gets to a place where he can't perform at the level that we've seen him perform that got him to the league. He is a former first-round pick. And when I look at how he was forced back into the lineup and he wasn't 100% healthy, that's a coaching deficiency. My thing is, if you know that this man was a weapon and he was definitely starting to heat up, that right there, we hindered him. Well, I'm sorry, not we. Raheem's dumbass hindered him. It's just what it is. But I will say this, though. This opens up the door to possibly bringing in somebody that could actually complement Drake if they keep him. But if you remember, we ended up getting rid of Grady, Dahlman, and a pick pretty much to acquire Mooney, if you remember. So now you have Ian Cunningham here, who dealt him off the first time. This is the second time that Ian's going to be dealing him off. So apparently, if you look at the history of it, Ian really don't want him here. That's what I take from it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought about that too. He knew him from Chicago, and he knew that he was a one-trick pony because he had 1,000-yard season in Chicago, but just like Atlanta, fell off right after that. So I mean, the more things change, the more they stay the same, as they say. But Nando said, "What's good, man? Bates or Pitts are viable trade options to acquire more draft capital and picks. I can easily see 16 and 22 more new faces on this roster." And that's a good number, but that's an excellent number because you look at the wide receiver room, that's 5 right there.
Oh, yeah, you do. I'm telling you, man, you're going to need some talent, not just bodies in the room. Right now, I mean, you got bodies. You got a couple bodies. You got Drake and you got bodies, warm bodies. At the end of the day, that's all you got. You're going to have to get some real talent in that wide receiver room. But we got a couple of options that we're about to bring to y'all, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think, like for sure.
Yep. But send it 542. He said he thought Chris Blair was a free agent. No, he's on a futures contract.
Yeah,
he's on a reserve, so he's like on practice squad still. They had first shots at him, so that's what they did to keep him here. But which one of y'all gonna get this thing rolling, man?
Well, I got my pictures loaded up, as you can see.
All right, I ain't gonna have no pictures. I'm gonna just keep it real, which I ain't gonna have no pictures. I'm gonna just,
I got a little something, man. You want to go on the free agency side? You want to go on the free agency side? You want to go on
wherever you want to start?
Wherever you start, bro. We gonna follow. If you start drafting, we start drafting.
So Smitty, so go ahead and pull it up because I got them right there in the chat, as you can see. We're gonna start off with Mr. Chris Bell first. Chris Bell Jr. out of Louisville, 6'2", 220 pounds. Courtesy of the Birdcage Art Department, by the way. Do Falcons content and many others as well, but had to do a little something for Chris Bell. But Chris Bell Jr., when you talk about 6'2", 220, runs a 4.4 in his 40, strong hands, definitely sees the field in a different light. He's a deep threat anytime he touches the ball. Now, unfortunately, he's coming off of an ACL injury. But when you look at it, he's good to go now. But again, most people are going to take that knock on it. But if you actually look at it, he literally has characteristics of Julio making the tough catches. And he makes those teams. And look at what he brought to the table. He also brings a physicality that will remind you of a young Sterling Sharp in Green Bay. Smitty, I know you remember those days.
Oh, yeah. Like yesterday.
And when you see this kid, this dude is electric. Yes, he's coming out of Louisville, but this is a diamond. This is a guy that could replace Drake if they decide to get rid of him, or he could actually be an asset to Drake in this passing offense if we do it. But with the Stefanski offense, we're going to be running 2 tight ends most of the time. That's really what we're going to be running. We're not really going to be running too many spread formations. And that kind of sets him up because he's still learning the route tree. He's good at it, but he's not great at it. And that's one of his weaknesses when you talk about Chris Bell Jr. And the other thing that he brings to the table, he's a very physical blocker, and he's not afraid to go get the football and take a hit. And when you talk about the toughness that he has, you know, he's a country boy from Yazoo, Mississippi. And if you don't know anything about Yazoo, that has produced a Hall of Fame cornerback, rest in peace to Mr. Willie Brown, Oakland Raiders legend and Super Bowl champ as well. So when you talk about those Mississippi boys, and Fletcher Cox is from there too, by the way. I had to make sure I threw that out there. But when you talk about Mississippi ball players, yeah, they're tough, they're durable, and the thing is they play through pain. And that is something that he's done in his career. So my thing is we need a guy that's going to be able to play through pain because, again, our receiving core has been decimated with injuries past couple of years, and this guy could definitely help bolster this team. And whoever's at quarterback, I think he could be a safety blanket for Michael Penix. That's what I have on him. And he's also good at run blocking too, by the way.
Facts. He's big enough, 6'2", 220. But Chris, your quick thoughts on Chris Bell. And funny thing is, man, I got a good friend named Chris Bell down in Houston, former Army vet. Go ahead, Chris.
I mean, I like it, man. Honestly, Chris Bell can be somebody that can be a opposite of Drake London. You know, I'm saying big body frame, and it would stay really like, yeah. You know, what I'm saying, and he would be built like, well, excuse me. Let me rephrase. It would be staying to the course of like having that big body receiver, and just you remember how having all those towers. I mean, we had Kadero Hodge, we had we have Chris Blair, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. So he would still fit the mold as far as like having those big body receivers that can just fly down the field and also box out guys when he just finding spots in the zone. So that's not a bad one right there, man. I like it. And where is he projected to be drafted, if you know?
So the injury dropped him because he would have been a late first round pick because of how he could play. If you go back and look at the footage, he's definitely a guy that he's built like an AJ Brown, to be honest. He has that body structure of an AJ Brown for new school fans. For my old school fans, he's built like Sterling Sharp and literally runs that bang eight route like a Sterling. Pretty much when we say bang eight, we're talking about a deep post where you're running at the safety. This guy is fearless and he's mean. When he gets the ball in his hand, most people do not want to tackle him at all. So I'm good with bringing a guy like this in here because he would bring a toughness to this wide receiver room, and he's very competitive. So for me, I would have him going as either a second rounder or a third rounder. The injury that he took in college hurt his draft stock, but I think he would be a steal at number 2 or 3 if we were to pull this guy.
Yeah, I could definitely see third round. Right quick, Dustin said we cannot trade for nobody, but I did hear Jaguar was trying to trade Brian Thomas. Would it be his third? Yeah, I think it is his third or the fourth. But you know how it is when they don't want to pay them contracts, they don't care. They will get rid of you, and it won't be nothing else to talk about. Yes, Wan'Dale Robinson is on the trade market. I'm sorry, free agent market too.
Free agent.
But with the season he had last year, and I saw his market value has skyrocketed to $17 million. So that's probably a no-go.
Oh my God. You say it skyrocketed?
It skyrocketed.
You know what? You know what you might as well say to him?
Maybach music.
Yeah,
he getting Maybach money now.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, my goodness.
Boy.
That's something
Look,
else.
Man,
Right?
Chris Brazil is another one. Yeah, that's another one.
But
we like Brazil, but man, I don't know if he's gonna be there after running that 40 time he did, because he was projected to run a 4.5.
Brazil is gone in the first round.
Yeah, he ran 4.3.
I had him as a second rounder anyway.
Hey, why do you think I'm saying Chris Bell Jr.? Because guess what? He gets knocked down into the range where the Falcons can actually make a move if they go get him. And he definitely is a guy that you can go get. But Brazil, you're not getting him. Casey Concepcion, we're not getting him either. So you have to look at guys that have those physical traits that can bring that. Because if we lose Drake, we need a big body receiver. You need to have one of those at this point.
But I got a strange feeling that if we find one as an undrafted free agent, they're going to find a way that it's going to be a guy that they can try to put on the field at some point this year, because the wide receiver room is decimated. Like I said, when you look at what we had versus what we have now, you're going to have at least 2 rookies, maybe a veteran that's going to make up the wide receiver room this year. And when you talk about the practice squad, there's 2 or 3 more receivers. So, I mean, the wide receiver room is just going to look totally different. But my quick thoughts on your guy, one thing that I did see in a lot of his tape, he's very good at contested catches, and nobody gives him credit for that. And like you said, route running, he has to work on it a little bit, but that big frame, that NFL frame, is what teams are going to be looking at. And we done had 2 receivers with big frames before in Julio Jones and Roddy White. So it would not be a surprise that they go this route again. Remember when Roddy was a vet? Julio came in. Right. Drake London is now that vet. Another rookie comes in. So, I mean, look, it wouldn't be a surprise. But, if you look at his numbers in college, very solid. 4.4 speed, 151 catches, 2,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, 14.3 average, which lets you know he can stretch the field.
And it's a high 4.4, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a low
4.43.
4.43. Yeah, it's a 4.43. So he ain't that far away from a 4.3. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
And that's coming off of an injury. Yes.
Facts. Before you go, Twan said Calvin Ridley come back to Atlanta 1-year proven deal.
He a
that
free
would be
agent?
up to Matt. No, he's probably going to get cut.
He's going to get cut.
But that would be up to Matt Ryan. Since Matt Ryan played with him, that's possible. They would definitely have to have an interview. But if the interview goes well, that would not surprise me that he comes back. But Chris is a guy on your list. And
man.
Y'all seen him in the national championship game, I think.
Yeah.
This is one of my biggest sleepers, but Chris, go ahead and talk about this guy right here.
Yeah, man. This is Omar Cooper Jr. And he's not just people call him a traditional slot receiver, but they would be wrong by saying that. This is a guy who can play multiple roles within the offense. Now, he's only 6 foot and about 200 pounds, but he's running a 4.42. Also, the 10-yard split is not bad as well at 1.55. The vertical, so he can jump up and make contested catches. He has at 37, especially at his height. That's good. But the biggest thing is this is a yak engine. Yards after the catch. You compare him with Drake London. For real, you compare him with Drake London to be that slot or Z receiver. You can use him in multiple different ways. The reason why, because in the 2025 season, he had to be moved to the slot because Indiana lost his primary inside receivers due to injuries and the NFL. It was all good because in those 8 games, he caught 37 passes for 581 yards, 7 touchdowns, and had a catch rate of 82%. Only had just 1 drop. In the entire season, he had 3 drops. But this guy, he is not afraid to make to go after the contested catches. Has sure hands. PFF even had a grade for him of 87.8. So again, this guy, as far as yards after the catch, and he'll make people miss tackles because he had guys, 27 guys made them miss tackles, man. You want to talk about safety valve. for Michael Penix. This guy can be a safety valve because he has the quickness and you can trust him. Cooper provides an immediate target, y'all. He can, and it doesn't take him 3 seconds to get open. It doesn't take him a long time. He instantly wins off the line because he has quick feet and he knows how to run routes, guys. I'm telling you, if you guys want to go with somebody in the draft, he is right now late second round, early third. If the Falcons possibly want to trade back out of 48, if he's somewhere, you possibly could, and maybe get an extra draft pick and maybe still grab him. At the end of the day, it's not a guarantee where he's going to fall. But if the Falcons want to go after a wide receiver that they can use in the slot immediately and sometimes on the outside as well, Omar Cooper Jr. is your guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one, man. And one thing that I love about this game, man, when you look at this game, and you talked about route running, I saw a dude running routes like an elite receiver already in college. I watched the Ohio State game that they played. He was out there dogging them folks, man. And look, this is the thing with him. People talk about his speed and his size. When you talk about size in the NFL, it don't matter because Tyreek Hill is not that big, but Tyreek Hill is super fast and he knows how to find holes in the zone, or he can beat you off the line and beat you deep. When you have different elements to your game as a receiver in the NFL, you're going to prosper. So I'm telling you, Omar Cooper, if he does drop, I don't think he's going to be past number 25. It's so many teams that need receivers in this draft. That's why I said this is one of those drafts. If even a team with, I would say, 4 picks in the top 50 or 60, they can easily come out of this first 60 picks with 2 wide receivers, 2 starting wide receivers. That's how deep this draft is. But Omar Cooper Jr., that's an excellent one, Chris. I love it. I think he'll be gone. I'm like, little man, I think he'll be gone before 48. But
it was definitely a great chance of that happening. But it's one of those guys where. Oh, go ahead.
Let me say this right quick. I agree that he may be gone, but we don't know what's going on in the war room. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. If they make a move and grab another second round pick, or maybe 2 picks for one player, they're gonna move them to the bottom of the first. They're gonna jump somebody and get a receiver. Trust me when I tell you that. But
I wouldn't be mad at it at all.
Yeah, I mean, they got to. What choice do they have? They really showing you their hand. If they showing you their hand as to which way they going, because if your room is that deficient, they tell you we got, just like I said with Bijan, we didn't have but one running back on the books when we drafted Bijan. So now you go to wide receiver, guess what? You got to retool that room. Omar Cooper Jr. is one of those guys. Chris Bell gonna be a steal probably late day 2, early day 3.
Yep.
So,
another game changer.
But go ahead, my bad, Chris.
No, just saying, just game changer after game changer. Brazil, game changer. Cooper, game changer. And honestly, you need somebody that can go toe to toe with Drake in the battle against these teams. Man, these teams are getting better. Yeah, think about it. These teams are getting better in the NFC South as far as like the Panthers. Look what they're doing. The Buccaneers, they're trying to retool and everything. So at the end of the day, you just got to put the best product you can and the best weapons out there, y'all. And I ain't gonna lie, just to me, I mean, I got other guys as well that I'm thinking about. But if he's there, if you can get him, Omar Cooper Jr., I'd do it. Especially if you make a move to get an extra pick or so. If you got like 2 second rounds, and let's say one is like in the 30s, and then you still got the 48, possibly can double dip and get you a wide receiver and still get you somebody in the trenches.
Yeah, they could trade that 30 or something, pick back a couple spots, pick up another pick, and then trade that pick to go back into the bottom of the first. Because think about it, the bottom of the first is basically a second round pick if somebody slipped through the gap. So if they drop down to 37, 38, they really not missing anything. They really gaining. But
and then on top of that, we're talking about Mooney being gone. That's also an explosive choice in Omar Cooper. So that, I mean, again, I'm just, it'll be a rookie contract playmaker starting week 1. So just throwing that out there. But Smitty, you have somebody in mind as well that's not half bad.
I kind of I'm like Ryan. I'm gonna give him credit right here because I'm looking at, and I'm giving you credit too, Chris. I'm looking at a wide receiver that we're gonna be realistic about, and I think the combine put him on the map. Now he's not the biggest guy. He's about, I'd say about 6 foot, 5'11", 6 feet. He got to be about 190. I give him 190 at the most. 437, Mr. Malik Benson out of Oregon. Now, here's a guy who traveled through college football, Oregon, Alabama, and Florida State. Finally found the home in Oregon last year. 43 catches, 719 yards, 6 touchdowns. And what caught my eye with this guy was the top end speed. Y'all already know that. But when you look at his immediate route and his deep route skills, this is something that the Falcons need. Now, he does have to work on his short catch and run out to the catch and his short, catches. But I think he can do that with no problem. And he generates separation, which is something that I saw on his tape. Plus, you get a guy in punt return. So you helping the special teams, you helping the wide receiver room, and it's a win. Now, the only thing that I did not like, and this is just any wide receiver that comes into the NFL, run blocking. It's something that they have to work on over time. And like I said, him catching short passes, the run out to the catch is not fully there yet, but it's something that they can work on as well. And mainly, he needs to buck up just a little bit. He's at about 185, 190. And I just talked about it, run blocking. You got to bulk up to take on the physicality of the game. So if you want me to give a quick comparison, I'm going to go to an unknown name that a lot of people don't talk about that I watched a good little bit on NFL Sunday Ticket. Donovan Peoples-Jones. He struggled early in his career, but he came on with experience. Remember him in Cleveland versus remember him in Detroit. Two different type players. If Malik Benson catches on with the right team, I definitely think he's going to be one of those guys that could be a nice NFL receiver. And I could take it a step further if you want me to. I could see him, if everything is polished, I can upgrade that Donovan Peoples-Jones to a Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
If he gets the right coaching.
I like it.
Malik Benson is my guy.
I think that's good. I think that's a very good pick because, again, when you talk about Malik Benson, very underrated, solid speed, good hands, will attack the football at the high point. And when you really look at him, he's a competitor. Might not have all the greatest highlights like everybody else does, but when you look at what he brings to the field, he's a dog. He's a guy that's willing to get dirty. He's willing to do the dirty work. A lot of wide receivers are divas. He's not. Go back and look at how he blocks for his running backs. Go back and look at how he handles it. I think that Malik Benson would fit what Atlanta does, but again, I got one in the chamber for you. Whatnot is a possible if they look his way. But I like Benson.
Yeah, Benson is
one in the chamber.
Right. Yeah, Benson is cool, man. You got to understand that's a track athlete as well, too, man. Running 100 meters, 200 meters, all that stuff like that, long jump. So, he's a complete athlete, and he did play 14 games under Nick Saban. One thing that hurt him was Nick Saban retired, and then he had to find a different home elsewhere. But this kid, he is a baller, though. I know it was JUCO, but he still had a great season with Hutchinson, led them to the national championship of JUCO in a sophomore season. And since then, he's been trending upward and just trying to find a good home. So I agree with Smitty when he says, as long as this guy can find a good home in the right scheme for him to use that blazing speed, the fact that, and then this guy, he can run across the middle. He can run intermediate routes and deep routes as well. So again, this could be a guy that is more so realistic. I see he projected as a day 3 pick. So
day 3 pick. Yeah.
So I mean, that is kind of more so in our range. If we want, especially if we start with trenches and then work our way to receiver, you can possibly see a guy like this drafted on day 3.
But the thing about it, day 3 been one of our sweet spots. Remember Tyler Algier, 5th round pick. Remember old school Travis Hall, 5th round pick. So day 3 is our sweet spot.
Don't forget about Jamal Anderson.
Oh, Jamal Anderson, 7th round pick.
Sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, look, it's all about it.
Jesse
They gonna
was
compete undrafted.
Yep.
Undrafted.
William
And remember, William Andrews was a mid-round pick if you didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
So
yeah, man. We got some gems over the years.
Hey,
those
Smitty,
later rounds or just undrafted.
I got a diamond in the rough for you. You know, I
Grady
got
Jarrett 5th round pick. Thank you. My bad.
Yeah,
there it is.
You know, I got a diamond in the rough for you, and I got to show love to my HBCU boys. You know this.
Oh yeah.
Undrafted free agent, and I put it in the thing. Put it in the chat for you so you can pull it up for the folks. Undrafted free agent. You can get him as a low round pick. You don't have to spend any money, but you're talking about a kid by the name of Jordan Smith. Pretty much Jordan Smith out of South Carolina State. 55 receptions this year, 900 yards, 9 touchdowns. If you missed the Celebration Bowl, the kid took over that ball game by himself and won it after his quarterback goes down. And you're talking about a guy. Smitty, you still waiting to bring it up?
Yep.
It's right. I got it right down the share screen.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I put it there. It's right in the share screen. You can actually see it. You can pull it up for the folks, but I'll remove that for you.
I got to remove the other. My bad.
Yeah. So there you go. So this is Jordan Smith out of South Carolina State. Pretty much 5'11", 180 pounds. He's actually 195. I think they gypped him on the weight, but when you look at what he does, he gives you a Steve Smith type of feel with his game. Tough, is not afraid to go over the middle, as you can see. Trey Smith, very violent in the blocking game, and he also can take handoffs as well. Now, this is actually against one of your draft picks at corner right there. That's supposed to be coming out this year, and literally they're chasing after him. 5'11", 190 pounds. This guy can fly. He can stretch the field. He can do it all. As you can see, he has great contact balance. He does not go down with arm tackles. So when you look at this is a guy that could be a diamond coming in as a lower round pick and definitely tracks the football, as you can see, and catches with his hands. So I just wanted to put that in your crawl for a little bit. Just wanted those people to see that. But that is one of those guys that could be an undrafted free agent, kind of like how Jesse Tucker was, that can come in and he can take some jobs. Guarantee you he can take some jobs. And
well, you went back. You see, we on the same page tonight, all of us. When I'm looking at him, you talk about Steve Smith.
Yep.
You remember I just talked about Brandon Ayuk? I'm looking at Curtis Samuel, Debo Samuel right there.
And just think about it, bro. When you look at what that kid does, if y'all don't know what he did, great body control. Like, he literally took over that game against a great Prairie View team. Prairie View is gonna have a couple of boys playing on Sundays, and that's the home of Chris Blair and our release and Kadero Hodge, one of the players that we just released. And when you talk about it, that dude is a monster. And if anybody in here is, and I know you got some South Kakalaki folks up in here, Smitty, that are SC State alum. If you know anything about South Carolina State, that's typically linebacker university for black college football and offensive line. And they produce receivers too. That is a school that you can get some diamonds from in the lower rounds. I know some people don't pay attention to it, but you got to throw that out there when you're talking about scraping the whole area, because Orangeburg isn't that far from Atlanta, folks.
No, what about 3 hours? 3 hours, something like that?
It's a car ride. It's a car ride.
Yeah, but I mean,
that kid is a baller, and most people don't really know too much about him. But if you look at him, that's a Steve Smith type of guy.
Yeah.
We got some breaking news.
And remember, before you get that breaking news, remember, Steve Smith started his career off as a special teams guy, fought his way through, and guess how he got the chance to get into playing wide receiver? He made the Pro Bowl as a special teams. His future coach, John Harbaugh, told him at the Pro Bowl to go over there and work with the wide receivers and get in the game. The rest is history after that. So I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But like Chris said, breaking news. Go ahead, Chris.
Said ESPN sources, the Raiders have agreed to trade 5-time Pro Bowl defensive end Max Crosby to the Baltimore Ravens in exchange for 2026 and 27 first-round picks.
That I didn't I tell y'all? Fuck them picks. And that's what I tell y'all.
Hey, man, sometimes you got to go get a game changer, but I'm not surprised that we didn't pick up the phone and call because you already don't know what our GM don't said. I like my picks. Not gonna mortgage my future
fuck them picks,
for my now.
Hey, look, I get where he coming from. Man.
Yep, and we play the Ravens this year.
That's a game changer. That puts them back on the map.
Oh,
and they already got Roquan Smith at middle linebacker. You put him there and Kyle Hamilton in the back. They're recreating.
Don't forget about Malachi. Yeah,
no, I can't forget about him. And we also can't forget about another cornerback that they got that's from the Atlanta area.
Yeah.
Oh, Wiggins.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't forget about AJ Terrell's homeboy from Westlake. Yeah. So again,
Wiggins.
They're literally trying to copy what they did in 2000 with that Ravens defense.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And so I think Lamar's about to extend with them as well.
Facts.
Yeah. Finna free up $40 million in cap space.
Yep.
So here's the thing. Lamar Jackson has no more excuses, fellas. He has no more. You got a defense. You got Derrick Henry. You are pretty much going to get some wide receivers that's going to be.
Zay Flowers is one of his main weapons.
And no, they're going to get him another one. You got to get him another
somebody else, yeah.
Yeah, you got to get him another one. But at this point, you got a solid O-line. You got a tight defense. And now you have a brand new coach coming into the door with this team. And all I'm saying is at this point, that team is loaded. Lamar, I love you. You know I support black quarterbacks, always will. All I'm saying is, bruh, you have no excuse to why you can't win now. You got a loaded team. You're a two-time MVP. You got to get it done if you're going to do it. Just not against the Falcons, though.
Yeah, then they drafted Mike Green, so that's another guy that they got over there, too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see old Baltimore. Can't wait to see him.
I got bad news after this move. After this move, the guy talked about Lee Hunter, perfect fit.
Shoot, I ain't gonna lie to you. You're gonna have to get some. You're gonna have to get some big bodies down in there, even if it's Lee, or rather if it's the other kid, Harris. I mean, because I think he's waiting to his pro day. I think he's waiting to his pro day. Yeah, Xavier Harris. I mean, or I mean, it's a couple other guys you could try to go get after. Delmont. I think his name is from is it Ohio State?
He's an Ohio State guy.
Yeah, so you're gonna need some space eaters. Don't get me wrong, free agency is still out there too. We'll see who else gets cut because it's only the 6th. Think about it. It's only the 6th Friday. The closer and closer we get, teams got to make decisions. It's gonna be some more cuts coming. It's gonna be some more cuts.
And somebody put it in the chat earlier. Jalen Carter's on the trade market. So,
oh Lord, and Jordan Davis.
And Jordan Davis.
This is all I'm gonna say. If you slide Jalen Carter down to Baltimore, you don't think that Malachi Starks is not talking to this dude. All them Georgia boys are tight. You don't think he's talking to him? Say, hey man, we'll get you here. You right up the road. Philly is literally less than 2 hours away from Baltimore. That ain't nothing but a quick drive, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one of those things to where I need Jalen Walker to pick up the phone and be like, "Go Dogs." I'm just saying, you gotta have.
So what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up to bring him here? That's the question.
The same thing. 2 first-round picks.
Wow.
You know what? If they bring Jalen Carter here to Atlanta, I'm telling elite lies. Y'all hear me? Elite lies. Because I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie. Bijan won me over, but I was one of the ones that was pissed at that situation. Like, damn, we need a D tackle. We didn't need a running back at that time, but can't be mad because Bijan is a great talent and he's shown it. He's earned it. But if you're able to swing that, You know how many Falcon fans gonna really be on the high if that happens?
Yeah, that would shut down the whole city, bro.
That would shut down a lot of the Bijan and Jalen Carter arguments. That would shut that down.
I mean, it'll be over because now they're teammates. It'll be like the Falcons end up getting them anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still take Jordan Davis too because he got in shape. He's in shape right now.
Yeah, he did. Because one thing about him, his first couple of seasons was rough because of that. Like he really wasn't in pro shape.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he still was a space eater, but it definitely wasn't as effective.
Yeah, he done turned that. He done turned.
No,
that
Greg,
muscle,
you're right.
bro.
The Ravens did have a nose tackle before he got hurt.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about him. He was injured. The nose tackle who they had.
Mm-hmm. He was.
Yeah, you remember they just had lost Michael Pierce the year before. Yeah. Who was their nose tackle?
Don't make me.
The guy with the neck injury. Mbuke. Yeah.
I'm glad you said it because I was gonna. I almost butchered it, but yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. But before let's get back to this right here. Before we get back to it, I will throw a name that's scheduled to be a day 3 pick.
Okay.
This guy, 6'5", 216.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you going.
Wide receiver, Cincinnati, Jeff Caldwell, runs a 4.31. It's in the 10-yard split, 1.48. Vertical, 42. And even the broad jump was good as well. Hey, the biggest knock on him is they say that he drops a lot of passes. I'm not even gonna lie to you. For a day 3 pick, 6th, 7th round, if he's there, 5th round if he's there, I'll take the risk on him because at the end of the day, this is a guy. I mean, and they talk about his route tree too, but this right here, you want to talk about a wide receiver with a large catch radius. He has a 78-inch wingspan, y'all. And like I said, that catch radius, you want to talk about somebody that the quarterback can just throw it up and this guy can go possibly get it. That's somebody right there as well. You want to talk about somebody who gives effort in the run game as a blocker. This is another guy right here. Solid body control, uses his size. You want to talk about boxing out and everything like that. He does all that. Just got to worry about the catching and everything like that. I believe once he gets with an NFL program, hopefully ours, you can have a 6'5" guy on your team, and you can see where it goes from there. You just see where it goes from there. But it's staying to that big body receiver type that we've been staying.
You're gonna fire me up now because now I got to throw it. Now I got on the rise as close as we get to the draft. Jacoby Lane from USC, 6'4", 200 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
49 catches, 745 yards last year. 4 touchdowns. Oh, yeah. Jacoby Lane is going to be next level at the NFL level because, to me, he's a third-round guy. But he reminds me so much of Drake London, not because he went to USC. But when you talk about a guy in the middle that works the middle of the field like a tight end, he does that. And you talk about another deep threat. He does have to work on his blocking, but like I said, which one don't? But I'm telling you, we talked about Nick Nash last year. We can see this guy get to be the Nick Nash that we missed out on. Because when you talk about an athlete, he's definitely an athlete. He wins at the point of a catch, 50-50 guy. If you look at that head fake, that release, yeah, he that guy. Power in those legs, yeah, he's a Drake London type guy. So look, I'm telling you, y'all want a Drake replacement? Go get another guy from USC, Jacoby Lane.
Oh yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. That's a good name too, y'all. Hey, y'all, we don't talk about a lot of college kids. We got to get into some pro guys before we get up out of here, y'all.
Time to cash in.
Man. We've been rambling. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
we got about 15 minutes, so we can run through it right quick.
Yeah, it's been a great show.
Yeah, we can run through it right quick. See, when you start talking about draft, it can go on all night.
It can, man.
But
it can.
Who you got? Y'all throw it out there right quick.
Ryan, go ahead, man.
I got Alec Pierce that was with the Colts. Another Cincinnati receiver. You got a guy that's over 6 feet tall, around 6'2", 6'3", runs a 4.3 40, is a deep threat, and can run every route on the route tree. He definitely could assist with stretching the field, and he's also a red zone threat. So when you look at what this guy does, he can work the field, and he definitely can go get the ball. If I got to compare him to a receiver, yes, I'm doing it, and I'm not saying it just because he's a white boy. I would compare him to Lance Allworth for my football historians out here. Lance is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, that
Lance
boy was
and Lance had hands. I'll give you this. He's got the speed of a Lance Allworth and the hands of a Steve Largent. That's the best way I can give it to you.
If I'm not wrong, is that old Bambi?
Yes, it is. That was his nickname, Bambi, because he looked like a deer running across the minefield, bro. That's why they called him that. Not many people can hit him.
Chris, don't judge me because I'm old. Don't be laughing.
No, never. Listen, you a fan of the game, and you also a student of the game. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you look at this guy, what he brings to the table, as I said, he's got hands. He doesn't drop much, and he runs a 4.3. You bring him here, that's pretty much reigniting for us old Falcon fans a Tim DeWhite type of receiver that could actually catch consistently.
I gave that nigga the name Forrest Gump when I was a little cause he used to run like Forrest Gump on them kickoffs. That shit used to be funny.
This is a sick Negro.
Sick.
Hey.
Wow. Is that what he wants? I know Josh put in the chat that Alex wants 30 mil per year.
But here's the question, though.
No, absolutely not.
But here's the question, though. You were saying which free agent I would pick. He's got the body of work really to warrant that. But we're not paying the tab. You were saying just pick a free agent because here's the thing. We don't know what Ian's going to do. We're speculating.
Right.
Let's be real. Look at what he did in Chicago. Just saying. You really don't think Ian would make a move like that?
I see y'all talking about y'all wouldn't pay him $30 million, but y'all pay Drake London $30 million.
But y'all will pay Pitts that goddamn money. Oh, Lord forgive me. My mama watching. I'm sorry, mama. I ain't mean to say that, but it came out. Forgive me, mama. I'm sorry.
Get him, mama.
You big dummy.
I'm sorry, mama. Y'all, my mama watching the show, and I just literally let that out. So forgive me for that.
Boy.
It's all good. You'll get a text message later or a phone call.
Yeah, no Sunday dinner for you. I'm just
don't worry, I'll pick it myself, but that'll be all right.
Hey,
what I'm talking
about.
Man, that's a big body receiver again. Fits the mold of what we're trying to do. But that price tag, I ain't gonna lie to you. If this man wants that much, there's no way possible I can give you nearly as much as I want to give Drake London, because my thing is, Alex, one thing that I know about Drake, by hook or by crook, he's gonna be dependable. Alex Pierce, not so much, kind of up and down. Really, this past season was like the most production he's had consistently. You think about that. So could this be a one-off? Could he next year go back to a pumpkin? Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not willing to find out for $27-30 million for him anyway, regardless of what he's acting for. I'm just not willing to do that.
But here's the
everybody skill set.
Everybody keeps saying about scheming for Pitts correctly. Okay. There were certain scenarios where they did scheme for him when he had Arthur Smith and he just didn't show up. Y'all forget about that. Like, don't sit there and just don't turn a blind eye to that, because there were times where he was the focal point of this offense. Let's be real.
Chris talked about it. Chris talked about it. Oh, yeah.
No, but you got folks saying that they didn't scheme right for him, and that's BS. Come on, man. Look, it's okay to say that the man just didn't perform during Arthur Smith's time like that, except for his rookie year. He came up, he balled out this year. Let's see if he's going to do it again next year in this system. Come on. It's okay to admit the truth with that. I never said the man was garbage.
Yeah.
But
so all I'm saying is this. I never said he wasn't good. All I said was, hell, I'm not paying him that much damn money until he's consistent.
On the other hand, when you look at the long term, would you rather pay him that $15 million, or would you rather pay Drake the $35 million?
I'd rather pay Drake that $35.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you.
But let's look at. Well, go ahead, Chris. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'll just say, I ain't gonna lie to you. You already know how I feel. I mean, the market.
Yeah,
is the
you
market.
done said it. Yeah, the market. But with Alec Pierce, I'm gonna just add this. I talked about the Julio and Roddy thing earlier. I think this puts that scenario. And Chris talked about him being inconsistent. The Colts were inconsistent at quarterback, just like the Falcons been inconsistent at quarterback. So if you put him and Drake in the perfect system, which I think is the fastest gonna run with the play action, and you add pitch to that equation, if he's not traded, I think you got a home run because Bijan gonna rig hell because he's part of that receiver core too. So you add an Alec Pierce, but that $27 to $30 million, I can't do it. I agree with that, but that's just me towards that period because if you're not the top three, I'm not going over 30, 35, 40 million. I just can't do it.
Sounds like that to be a number one.
If you're under that top tier, I just can't give you $35 million. I just can't. But
even the top 10 guys have been struggling, if you want to be honest, fellas.
Exactly. And that's my point.
If your name ain't Jamar Chase
or Justin Jefferson. Yeah.
I mean, even Justin had a down year because of no quarterback.
Bad quarterback. Yeah, but again, I digress. I always say you can't use it as an excuse because even Fitzgerald, Andre Johnson never had a quarterback and they still made the Hall of Fame. So
let's look at AJ Green.
AJ Green, another one.
But Smitty, let's be real now. A lot of folks sitting here talking about they're not gonna pay Drake, but let's be honest. If we're gonna sit there and talk about the numbers that Drake produced with, think about it. Drake had 866 yards his first year, 905 yards his second year, 1,271 yards his third year. This year, he had 919 yards. Probably would have had 1,000-yard season if he doesn't get hurt. 22 career touchdowns, and he only has had 4 fumbles in his career. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So most of those was like his first couple seasons.
And just think about it. He's played 62 games in his career.
Yeah.
With 309 receptions, with 497 targets. So
what's the math with 309 if he doesn't get hurt?
Math with 309 and 497?
Not
make it make sense.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it goes back to you having right, and then you have the real thing in your face. I mean, Drake London is long. One thing about it, when you go to the contract table, you're looking for the productivity, you're looking for the consistency, and you're looking for the growth. Drake can go to the table and say, I got all that. And if I didn't get injured and have to miss 4 or 5 games, you know, you think about it, Drake would have got well over 1,000 easily because he was already the focal point of the offense.
Range.
Facts.
Yeah, he probably.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about more touchdowns, and we're definitely talking about at least 500 more yards.
Now, you telling me I'm a lie? When Larry Fitzgerald was in his prime, who did he have before Kurt Warner got there?
Carson Palmer, Josh Rosen. I mean, we go on. Fitzgerald had some bad quarterbacks. Carson
Palmer was on the back side of his career when he got to Arizona.
Yeah, he definitely was done.
That's why I said he had some. Carson wasn't the Carson of Cincinnati.
Oh, Matt Liner. Liner.
Oh my God, boy,
trash.
Yeah, I actually was pulling for Matt Liner. That actually,
that didn't work out too well.
Yeah, that didn't work out at all for him.
Yeah. Kurt Warner and Matt, Larry Fitzgerald was heading toward the back. I think that playoff run was his last great season. And after that, he was consistent. But after that, I think something about that Super Bowl loss. He was still Larry Fitzgerald at the end of the day with the hands and all of that. But y'all got to remember the end of his career, his last 3 seasons, he played the slot. That extended his career 3 more seasons. Mm-hmm. So outside of Kurt Warner,
able to adapt.
Kevin Cobb, John Skelton, thank you.
Gosh, I forgot that John Skelton was a football player.
And remember Cobb came from Philly.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember he had that I guess that he was a backup and then he played decent and then got the contract.
And went to Arizona and stole money.
Hey, Matt Flynn can tell you about it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that shooter. Listen, if y'all willing to pay me to be ass at quarterback, I'll do it. Give me that money. Run me my bread.
Facts.
I'll do it. Y'all call me garbage, but guess what? As Dave Chappelle said, I'm rich.
Yeah, this gentleman right here. This is my pick for the Falcons to go after into the in free agency. This is Mr. Romeo Doubs, man. Green Bay Packers #2 receiver. Hopefully the Falcons #2 receiver, because after the release of Darnell Mooney, again, you got to have somebody of significance next to Drake London. And Romeo Doubs is the guy. 55 receptions, over 724 yards. And the thing about that is consistency. He's been a consistent chain mover, averaging over 700 yards and 6 touchdowns consistently. Romeo Doubs ranked 8th in the NFL in red zone touchdowns. What have the Falcons struggled with? Red zone touchdowns. And again, he has a 6'2" frame and is a physical guy against anybody, really, honestly. He has elite PFF grade of 88.9 for that, and that was in the playoffs. So that means when the lights really came on, he excelled even more. Adding Dobbs next to Drake London would give the Falcons 2 physical receivers, having those guys on the perimeter outside of numbers, and you would allow Kyle Pitts to really dominate the field if you decided to really keep Kyle Pitts. Drake London's still going to be the #1, but if you want a true #2, somebody who I believe would be a better fit, even more so than Darnell Mooney ever was, I'm talking about a guy who is also a contested catch king, just like the contested catch emperor, Drake London. So I'm telling you, you get these two guys together, the Falcons can make magic. And and I talked about a safety blanket or a safety valve for Michael Penix Jr. You would have that already in Drake London, but if you add Romeo Doubs, I'm telling you guys, this offense can really take off somewhere, because he also ranked, as far as, like I said, with that contested catch and drop rate, he was in the high percentage of protecting the ball all the way around. Those 6 touchdowns, career highs. Now, the money, what do we think about what the money may be? The market value right now is talking about anywhere from around $16 million for Romeo Doubs. Sounds a whole lot better than Alex. $16 million for Romeo Doubs.
That's fair.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, it sounds a whole hell of a lot better than whatever the heck Alex Pierce talking about. So,
but I will say this, Chris. We'll say this right quick. You got to think about the concussions, because he run the field looking like a big head man on NBA Jam.
Hey, I get it, and that's why contract wise, I would backload it. I wouldn't front load it. You know what I'm saying? I would backload it in first year, possibly, you know what I'm saying, helping out with the cap. If he continues to stay healthy and everything like that, I mean, he has money on the back end, but still give yourself an out, because yes, you do have to think about those concussions, but when he's healthy, he plays, and he's a focal point in the offense every time he plays.
How often is he hurt? You just said something. You just said something, and we have had our receiving core decimated last year. How often is he hurt? Because again, what's the difference between a hurt player and the guy that's on the bench?
Shoot,
no production.
No.
Exactly. And that's something that you gotta. That's something that you gotta factor in. How often does he get hurt?
Right, definitely. I mean that, but you think about it. That's with any player.
I'm with you on it. The option is cheap. I'm with you saving money, but I'm also looking at the fact that we don't need to waste money if this dude is hurt, because guess what? We're doing that with Mooney right now. Well, we did do that with Mooney, excuse me. And that's the reason why we just cut him.
Well, I can give you a breakdown of like the injuries and everything. Like, he suffered ankle injuries in 2022. He did have multiple concussions in 2024. Now, he had a concussion again. Remember, in 2025, he left that wild card game against the Eagles because he had a concussion. And then he also dealt with a wrist and a chest injury in November. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, the concussions are a major thing. And then you look at Casey Washington, that's another guy that we already had on the team. JD Bertrand, another guy that wears the big, I guess the helmet on top of the helmet. I don't want to call it the condom like people have been saying.
It's a pad. It's a pad.
Yeah, people been like, it's people are a trip, bro.
Safety pad. Yeah.
But yes, the injury history is a concern. That's why you have to do good business and be like, hey, look, Romeo, what's your health like? Because we can pay you and we'll mind bringing you in, but we need you healthy too. So that's why I say if you still do go after Romeo Doubs, which I still think the Falcons should still call him up and see, you still just got to make the contract good for both parties, but especially for the Falcons to give yourself an out if things aren't working out with Dobbs. And I still would go draft a wide receiver, even if I do sign Dobbs.
You say you would do what? I couldn't hear that last part.
I would still go draft me a wide receiver, even if I do sign Romeo Dobbs.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah.
On the clock, baby. I like it, Dan.
Dan.
I told you I was ready for you today, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna do a video on Jalen Naylor. I was thinking about that today. I see that's a hot name out there, and for production versus cost, yeah, he a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're probably looking.
You got any more thoughts on Dobbs, Ryan?
Nah, I think, like I said, if he can stay healthy, I'm with it because the option is cheaper. But at the same time, I don't want to go back into that boat that we were in with Darnell Mooney, where when he's out there, we cheering for him. When he's not healthy, it's like, damn it, he's not out there.
That's fair.
Agreed. And I'm gonna just add this quick point. We get a Romeo Doubs with what we have already. I think he can make a Ricky Proehl type impact. And a lot of people won't know about Ricky Proehl, but on the back end of his career with the Rams, he ended up being one of the best possession receivers in the league. And I think that's what we can get out of Romeo Doubs. And he'll give you, at the least, he'll give you 60 catches. If he can stay healthy. But last but not least, I'm going to go to mine. And we're going to make this super quick because I know, Ryan, you got to go. But for my first round pick, Jahan Dotson was my guy. 16th pick overall for the Commanders, and Terry McLaurin took his shine, so he really didn't get enough playing time. He's had injuries as well. He's still only 26 years old, only 121 catches, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns in his career. And last year, only 18 catches for 262 and a touchdown, but he did average 14.6 yards a catch. His salary was only 2.7 last year. So this year it may be just a bit above that. So this will be, to me, a value buy. But watching him, as long as I have, even at Penn State, I always loved his footwork, elite hands, tracking field speed. And I love those type guys because those are guys that you want to take the top off the defense. And a guy like this with elite hands, top end speed, this is the type person you need in the slot to replace a Darnell Mooney. He doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on his body. But at the same time, depending on the price you can get him at, this could be one of the better value buys in free agency, along with before mentioned Jalen Naylor. But any quick thoughts on Jahan Dotson before we have to end this?
I mean, shoot, I put him in the same boat as Jalen Naylor. Somebody that's probably looking for more opportunity. Now, he has to stay healthy as well because Dotson been up and down with health and availability too. But yeah, and I think it's another guy that just looking for an opportunity in this league to possibly be the next Ray McLeod in his first season with us or something. Guys just need opportunity, but I ain't going to lie. You're going to have to stay healthy. You're going to have to play because there's some dogs coming out year after year after year in this wide receiving group. So,
hey, that's what I'm talking about. Quick thought, Ryan.
I'd take him. I'd actually gamble on him because I've watched him play. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about up close because I've gone to some of these games up here, and I can tell you up front, he fits what we do. Very physical and blocking. Doesn't look imposing, but he'll come up and smack a safety or a linebacker if he needs to. I take that all day because you already know if you're not going to block, you're not going to get the ball, especially in this Kevin Stefanski offense. And I think he can stretch the field for us if he's healthy, just like you said, Chris. But seems like the only receivers that we really are looking at are pretty much damaged goods. Like buying it's like buying a used car. You got to make sure that you get all the diagnostics checked and pray and hope that the engine didn't fall out.
What's the Carfax?
Well, you out of control.
Don't be ignorant your whole life.
Oh man, another great show, man. Boy, y'all out of control. But yeah, man. Look, we brought y'all 3 pros and 3 college prospects we think can come in and help the Atlanta Falcons. Any one of y'all have last words before we get out of it? I don't want to cut y'all short. If y'all had any quick thing to say about a receiver, college or pro that y'all want to throw out there right quick. If not, tell everybody where to find you.
Nah, I don't have anything except, hey man, tune in to the Birdcage LLC Thursday nights at 8 p.m. You either get right or you get left, as we saying there. We just had an interview with Mr. Kez McCorvey, for my Florida State fans that's in here. They're the Falcon fans.
Man, I'm old.
Florida State Hall of Famer, legend, national champ. We got that interview up. Did it with him last night. Really good man. Coaching, he's doing his thing now. If you guys are interested, please tap into that. We got a couple of other interviews that are going to be taking place this offseason. So if you are into sports, whether it's football, basketball, it doesn't matter. We mainly cover the Falcons, but during the offseason on the perch, we have all athletes come through. So please, please, please tap in with us. And if you have not hit that like and subscribe button for these brothers, hit these like buttons for these guys, because it's free 99. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. And again, we got a chicken fund for Smitty going on right now. Help donate.
Right. You got jokes. You got jokes. Willie, what's up, my guy?
I will say this about, and this is the last thing about the Drake London situation.
Go ahead.
I will say this. Now, Drake's production does have to continue to climb. I do believe that this past season did hurt his money a little bit with him missing those games. It did, because regardless, like for example, I'm gonna compare him to the recent hot commodity, who is George Pickens. George Pickens is making $28 million on the franchise tag, and they're looking to hopefully get a deal done. But $28 million for George Pickens, and George Pickens has 2 seasons over 1,000 yards. Has a season with 900, has a season with 800. Now, I know Drake is similar, but the thing that is still over Drake is the fact that Pickens has 2 seasons over 1,000 yards, with including this last season being his best one with 1,429 yards. So Drake is going to have to make this season right here still like his best season overall. Then I think we can start talking about 28, 29 mil, all that stuff like that. But I already know that by the time it's time for Drake to get paid, the salary cap and the cap and everything will go up again. So you're going to be in the 30s anyway, even if you're right at 30 for
because if they sign Pickens to a contract, it's going to be at least 30, 31. I mean, franchise tag is just the starting point. They're either going to go 3 to 5 million over that. So at the end of the day, we're looking at the least 31 to 33. Put it in that range. And again, no, it's not the Drake. I'm just a person. If you're not top tier in the league, I'm just not giving you 35 to 40 million dollars. I'm just not. That's just my opinion. But again, and you got to think with Pickens too. Pickens was with another number 1 receiver putting up those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So
now I know CD was hurt a little bit, but at the same time, guys putting up numbers when they numbers
right
hard.
in.
It's all about
step right in. Yep, that's what I'm saying. But go ahead.
But yeah, man, A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the A1 family, because we'd love to have you. Make sure you find your peace today, because positive energy always creates elevation, and that's how you find your peace every single day. Also, Hawks Digest, catch me over there as well. The Atlanta Hawks are on fire right now, winning 6 out of their last 7 games on a 5-game win streak right now. And hey, Jonathan Kuminga right now, he is listed as questionable for tomorrow's game, but ultimately, in the 3 games that he has played, he scored 21 points off the bench and is doing everything that they said that he wasn't going to be doing as far as passing the ball, fitting into the offense, playing well with others, etc. He's doing all those things. So at the end of the day, like I said, Hawks Digest, catch us over there for all Hawks content. Also, Twitter, A1 Forever, Instagram, A1 Forever, and The Real A1 Forever on TikTok. Salute to everybody in the chat as always. Hey, man, and salute to Ryan for joining us. There's a great wide receiver show. Really, the Falcons set us up perfectly because we kind of already had this plan, and then they dropped Mooney. So,
hey man, they gave us some more to talk about. That's
right.
why we came up with both of the pros and the cons of pros in college. That's what we do, man. But you said find your piece. I'm gonna find me a piece of chicken in a minute. But y'all know where to find me, man. Fatboy Slim _21 on Twitter, because I'm always over there blowing that thing up, man. Because that's what I do. Keep watching me on YouTube, and like Ryan and A1 said, man. Hey, Tony Wright, we talked about that a little bit, man. Go back and check it out. Yeah, we talked about it as soon as it broke. But again, man, another great show. But again, catch me for latest news, just like what Tony Wright put in the chat. Anything, and let me get this straight for people that have not been following me that long. I talk about more than the Falcons when I can. The Falcons are my main commodity as far as content, but I do talk about other things because I have other fans from other teams watching also, and they've dropped questions in the past, and I've done videos on them. So I'm mainly an Atlanta Falcons channel, but I talk about other things because I see people in my comments getting confused about who don't play for the Falcons. If that ain't about the Falcons, I talk about more than the Falcons because I'm versatile like that. But hey, I just got to keep it real with y'all.
Smitty, you know what you need to tell them, dog?
Yeah,
everybody, it ain't about the Falcons. This is what we gonna tell you.
Like me or not, I didn't come up here to be liked. I came up here to get paid.
That's pretty much what I'm telling you.
Man. Hey, you got a point. You got a point. But yeah, that just something that's misconstrued all the time. I love my Falcons, but I talk about other things because there are other people other than Falcon fans that watch my channel. Bucks, Raiders, I mean anybody. Trust me, if y'all been following me a long time, y'all would know this. But there's no slight to nobody. I'm just keeping it real with y'all like I always do. But yeah, make sure y'all keep dropping them likes and comments. Go to A1 Forever, go to Birdcage LLC and Smitty Sports Machine. Hype up our videos because that's the way they push us through the algorithm now. Because I'm gonna just tell y'all, views not the same, but I'm gonna keep pushing out content no matter what. Because that's just what I do. But for my boy A1, my boy Ryan from the Birdcage, we're gonna holler at y'all later, man. If you just checking in, please check out the replay. And until next show, we're gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.